So this is a clash of sorts, obviously. The US and China reportedly want the same moon landing sites, so this could be the first potential point of conflict over resources beyond our Earth. It looks like we could have a good old-fashioned showdown, just like in the sci-fi movies. The United States and China are preparing for an embarrassing showdown in the event that both countries decide to land their respective lunar rockets on identical locations near the moon's south pole, which according to the present plans may very well transpire. It's not only the US and China, the European Space Agency also wants to have some kind of a base on the South Pole. Now, according to Space News, both NASA and China's space agencies have discovered various landing locations that are comparable to one another for their respective lunar missions. These landing sites include the Shackleton, Hawthorne, and Nobile craters, which are situated close to the lunar South Pole. And according to Space News, both organizations may have selected these locations because of their elevated heights, favorable lighting conditions, and closeness to shadowy craters that have the potential to store lunar ice water. These factors may have contributed to their decision. Futurism notes that it is currently unknown how the United States and China intend to deal with the possibility of landing site overlap during their respective moon missions, which are scheduled to take off in the years 2025 and 2024 respectively. I guess it's first come, first served type of a thing. What's going to happen when someone gets there first and the second one wants the same exact location? Now, the fact that more and more nations are considering sending astronauts to the moon has created a brand new problem for scientists to solve. According to Space News, the United States is in a difficult circumstance when it comes to space agreements with China as a result of a budget resolution defined as the Wolf Amendment. The Wolf Amendment is a stipulation that was introduced in 2011 by then Representative Frank Wolf, Republican from Virginia, and severely restricted NASA's ability to work with China in any capacity. The unwillingness of countries to play nice when it comes to space is undoubtedly going to cause many issues going forward in the space realm, and some fear that this will usher in further space militarization. Despite the efforts of past presidents Barack Obama and Donald Trump to participate in space negotiations with China, the conversations ultimately did not get very far. According to the findings of the report, the administration of President Joe Biden does not now have any apparent intentions to re-engage in the discussions. Although the two nations' options for landing locations on the moon are not exactly shocking, they might be a historical first nevertheless, and we should expect to see more instances like this in the future as tensions rise and humans continue to venture into space. According to Christopher Newman, professor of space law and policy, he told Space News, "It is not hard to see why they both want the same spots. It's a prime lunar real estate for in situ resource utilization." He added, "This could be the first potential point of conflict over resources beyond the Earth." Newman stated in addition, on the basis of the fact that both sides had signed the Outer Space Treaty, they should in principle accept the use of celestial bodies for peaceful purposes. And it will be interesting to see what happens, Newman says. A lot will depend on who gets there first. Folks, it looks like we could have a good old-fashioned showdown. Okay, of course it has to do with who gets there first. This is by Katie Hutton on The Mind Unleashed. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.